We are back at it again here with another video with the Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the SP 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support here. It broke through key support levels in today's volatility, and our SPY buy at 10:25 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength on 42 vision, and call options went up 70% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting to hold support here. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge over the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our Tesla bot. Our Tesla bot at 8:35 a.m. sent out a bear indicator, and from that moment forward, outflows crossed the midpoint to the downside, pure weakness there on 42 vision, and put options went up 100% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump to these charts. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the dip area to multiple rip areas from yesterday to today, and back down to the dip area in today's volatility. If this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, back under a bear indicator at the 520 level after getting a bull indicator into the close at 517, and it broke through key support levels here. And we're going to look at the inflow versus outflows that were critical, and we broke down in yesterday's video in just a moment. But it isn't just the SPY that pushed downwards. You have QQQ here back under a bear indicator at 442. You have Tesla here with a bear indicator for the first time in the last 3 days, rejecting off a key resistance up here of 178. That's where the bear indicator popped up, not that far off of it, at the 177.80 area. And then you also have Apple here with a strong bear indicator at the 170 level. So lots of weakness here, lots of dip areas on these multiple charts, hitting white with red borders, and it's going to be crucial to watch as they're hitting key support levels here within their charts, right? You could see the SPY here in the live action trying to bounce off of the 512, 514 area. It keeps on rejecting 515 in the live action throughout the day, and we're going to break down those key levels in just a moment. But when we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we could see here in the bigger picture a bear indicator popped up at 521.52 in the pre-market. We've hit a dip area again, and here it is fighting in that support level range, right? From 512 to 515, it's currently sitting at 513.90, falling really sharply here back down towards 513.70 area, but here it is fighting at these levels. It is under a bear indicator, and it's going to be crucial for it to find support and inflows to pick up with it to justify any move to the upside. As I broke down in yesterday's video, those outflows were dominating in the bigger picture. We're going to look at how that affected and impacted this chart to the downside. We were talking and breaking that down in yesterday's video. Now, when we go ahead and look at this from the 15-minute, in the volatility, it was looking strong. It did a full transition from the dip area to multiple rip areas going into today, but the weakness was so strong in the pre-market, it went straight to wire Fed borders, and it's been fighting to hold support there near the lows of the day, and it's been under a bear indicator since the 520.40 area. And we're going to break down the key levels I would watch and what's going on with the inflow versus outflows, which I'm going to pull up, and it's going to be crucial going into tomorrow to justify any strength here of even support or any push up. If not, support levels can get retested once again, and that's what we're going to break down here in just a moment. Here we are with the SPY stock, the SP 500 index, with outflows dominating in the first half of the day here in the pre-market on the 30-minute, and you could see those inflows trying to pick up, and as soon as they did, it quickly got rejected, guys, and that's why the chart has had trouble breaking through that 515 level and holding itself up above it. Now, inflows are trying to pick up here in the second half of the day, and you could see it fighting in the live action as we broke it down to stay above 513.50 and go towards 514, but it keeps on struggling here to hold itself up, and these inflows will need to cross the midpoint to go ahead and justify any further move to the upside here within these charts. Now, when we go ahead and zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, this was the critical and key point that we were watching, and these outflows were dominating, and if it stayed below or stayed below it by crossing it, it was going to have an impact on these charts. And what happened? It tried coming up, it couldn't hold itself up in the pre-market, and it sharply dropped. That's why this move actually was backed up with these inflows crossing over. But today it got canceled and eliminated with outflows coming back below. And if it pulled away from it, it would have an impact over these charts. And we could see outflows hit lows down here of negative 6.45. Some of the lowest that we've seen in the last several days since it hit down here negative 9. But here it is in the second half of the day trying to push back up, as it was earlier around 513.50, and now it's back above 514, trying to get back above that key resistance of 515. These inflows are picking up, and it's going to be crucial for them to head towards the midpoint to justify any further move to the upside. Now, when we go ahead and zoom in and look at this from the 15-minute, we could see here how inflows tried picking up in the first half, and quickly in the second half of the day in this tight consolidation, it has been below the midpoint. To justify this move and actually have strength here and get back above 515 and start a staircase effect, these inflows would need to pick back up and cross the midpoint and try to roll that strength over into the 30-minute and 1 hour. Now, what are the key levels I would watch? Well, if these outflows pull away from the midpoint to the downside and bring that weakness into the 30-minute and reflect it into these charts, the first support is 512. Then below that, I'll be watching 510. And if 510 gets broken through, I'll be watching 508. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to continue trying to push back up, continue to reflect that strength into these charts, roll that strength over into the 30-minute to cross the midpoint, and continue pushing the 1 hour closer to it or even cross it. And the first resistance is 515 in this tight range. And then above that, I'll be watching 517. And then comes the 518 to 520 level. So those are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows, I would not ignore them. They're going to be critical here as they're trying to push back up in all three time frames as they're below, and it needs to start within the volatility going into the after hours and going into tomorrow, that the 15-minute crosses over and tries to roll that strength over into the 30-minute and 1 hour as well. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.